there were a few parents that walked up to the podium last evening after the discussion dealing with the Hayden McFadden School. You know, it's like an open mic. You get 3 minutes or so to state your issues. There was David, there was Jennifer, and there was also Pat. Pat, I hope, will be joining us in studio a little bit later on to tell her story. On the line with us right now is Ann. Ann, I believe, has a student at the Hayden McFadden School. Am I correct about that, Ann?
Yes, I do. My grandson attends the HAMAC SPED program, and it's been there for at least 2.5 years.
Okay, that's your grandson, not your son.
Yep.
All right. And first of all, good morning to you and welcome.
Thank you, Brian. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Let me start by asking your general opinion of last evening's meeting.
Well, I think they danced around on the subject that needs to be done. Granted, HAMAC is going to be in another turnaround plan, and we need to get this resolved. These teachers are dedicated at 110%. They are willing to go the extra mile to keep the school going.
Well, and you have seen that firsthand?
Yes, I am, because I was on the stakeholder committee. I went to all 5 meetings that we had. The 2 teachers that were on the committee dedicated a lot of their time outside of their regular school hours talking to teachers, talking to students, and what they want done for the school.
And do you agree with everything as part of this stakeholder group? Do you agree with everything that seems to be moving forward here?
Yes, I do. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in HAMAC. There's a lot of kids that need to be reached out. There's a lot of kids that are coming in kindergarten that do not speak a word of English. These students need our help.
What kind of help do they need?
They need help learning to speak English. I'm not telling them to give up their second language, but
their first language.
Their first language, and which is Spanish or whatever other language that they speak. And also the parents need help as well, too, to understand what's going on with the school. We need that connection from the school to the family to the community. And that piece is missing right now at HAMAC.
The connection. Give me a better idea of what you mean by the connection.
What we need is to help these parents find a way to get the kids to school. We also need parents to help them either have the kids help with their homework or have to help, their students learn to speak English as well as for them. A lot of these people do not know where to go and do not know where to turn to.
What do you mean? I'm a little confused here, Ann, and I'm not blaming you, but there was so much that came down last evening. It would give you a pounding migraine. But what I'm getting at, number one, you didn't mention it. I was certainly going to bring it up. It seems that there is a high absenteeism at the HAMAC school, 48%. That's nearly half of the students.
That's correct.
All right. So why is it that these students aren't coming to school?
I blame the parents. The parents have to get involved. You know what I mean?
You're blaming the parents. That's not answering why they're not coming to school, though.
That I wouldn't know, because I make sure my grandson gets to school every day. I work 40 hours a week, so does my husband. My grandson gets to school every day. That I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a transportation problem, and this is one of the issues that we need to look at deeply.
Well, could it be, you were certainly there, you were part of the question and answer, you heard some of the parents complaining about bullying. Could it be that maybe the parents, have exhausted themselves trying to get remedies to bullying, that they no longer send their kids to school?
That I wouldn't know, because like I said, I'm not...
You were guessing transportation before. Is it possible that it could be something again, did you hear anybody else during that public comment period speaking about transportation?
There was a comment made by the superintendent.
No, I'm not talking about the superintendent.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking about the real people, the parents.
That I don't know. Nobody showed up.
No, you were there. You heard the people.
Know.
I'm talking about the people that went up to that microphone to speak like you did. There were 4 of you.
Yep.
Did the other 3 parents say anything about transportation?
No.
No, they didn't.
Those parents don't have students at Haymack either.
No, that's fine. But if they have kids at elementary schools, so transportation could be a problem there. In fact, transportation could be the problem at all of the elementary schools, correct?
It could be a possibility, yes.
All right, and it's 48% at the Haymack. Do we have any idea what the absenteeism is, let's say, at the Swift School or the Winslow School?
That I don't know. It was mostly concentrated when discussion as far as with Haymack, absenteeism.
Okay.
As far as on the other elementary school, I would not know the numbers for that.
All right, and that's fair. You guys did not concentrate on any of the other schools. You were focused like a laser beam on the problems at the Hayden McFadden School. That's correct. All right. So, what was one of the remedies that your local stakeholder group came up with to remedy what seems to be an English language learner problem?
We need to reach out to the parents and make sure there's resources for them, their children, to learn how to speak English.
But can't that happen at the school? Why do you have to reach out to the parent? I'm looking for the connect.
A lot of these parents do not speak English. A lot of times they use the kids as a translator in most of these cases.
Say that again, please.
A lot of these parents do not speak English. So they use the kids as a translator or a school translator for any help as far as understanding what's going on in the school.
Why do they use their kids?
Because their kids are the ones that are learning English. Most of them are bilingual.
Okay, so if the kids know English and are bilingual, why do we have them in what's known as an English language learner program?
Because some of them still do not know English. Some of them are coming into kindergarten only speaking Spanish or any other language.
But they can translate for their folks.
Well, not all of them, but I'm saying some of them translate for their parents. Mostly probably the older ones will be the translators for their parents, but not the younger siblings.
Okay. Then maybe you can help me out here. What exactly is a student that is an English language learner?
The English language learners are the ones that need to understand the English language.
No, that I understand, but how are you labeled an English language learner?
That I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? How they're labeled.
Well, I'm wondering because I've heard quite a few things here. Maybe some others have themselves, and again, I'm not doubting you. Please don't get me wrong. But if we have kids that are translating for their folks, not all of them, but some of them, then why would they be in the English language learner program?
That I wouldn't know. I'm not sure what the criteria is for any student to be considered an English language learner.
Well, if that's the case,
well.
I'm sure it is. But and this is why I'm talking to you. If this is unfamiliar territory, then basically there's a number out there that says we have a bunch of kids labeled English language learners, and we need more teachers, more this, more that, and yet we're not exactly sure that they really need these other teachers. If you're comprehending what I'm saying.
I don't know from the teachers, and only from what I've experienced through the meetings, and these teachers, especially in the lower grades, they're the ones that can figure out who needs the help as far as with the English language.
Well, I hope so. And I hope even in the older grades, because kids come into the system, if they live in that particular neighborhood, they could be moving in fourth grade, and that could be their first year. I don't know. And it sounds like, well, who comes up with these ideas?
As far as what?
Well, you came up with a group of recommendations, family welcome center, all of that. Who came up with those ideas?
People on the stakeholder committee.
Were they teachers? Were they people from within? Because not every member of the local stakeholder committee or group actually lives in the city, correct?
Hi, Dad, I wouldn't know.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add?
No, I just wish parents would get involved across the board with their students, school, their education, because it's so important. They need to be informed of what's going on. From what some of the students have been said when they had a thing that the teacher sent to them to ask them what they want from the school. These kids want less tests. They want more lessons. They believe in their school 100%. They believe in their teachers. And the community needs to step up and find ways to help not only Haymack, but all the other schools in the city.
What did you think when you heard the superintendent basically tap dancing around the questions from Chris Cotter, the school committee member, dealing with the problems at the Hayden McFadden School that for a school that is monitored twice a year, that the problems were allowed to persist to the point of where we are today?
I commend Chris Carter for doing that. My opinion, we need a change in administration.
Really? Why do you think that?
Because I don't think she's doing a very good job. When I first met Pia, when she first came on board as our superintendent, I met her at Haymack. I introduced myself to her and said that my son is a SPED student in Haymack, and I love the school 100%. She just totally, brushed me off.
How did you feel about that?
I can't say it over the radio.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I love to say it, keep it clean, keep it legal. Thank you, Ann, for doing that.
All right, no problem.
Can I do one more quick one? Because I was going to talk about it in just a bit, but one of the things we found out, the reason why the cafeteria workers have to reapply is there is a plan. It may still be in the beginning stages, but a plan may be to institute supper meals at the Haymack.
I think that's kind of crazy. I really do.
Were you shocked when you heard it?
Yes, I was.
Was that the first time you heard it?
Yes, it was.
Thank you, Ann. I appreciate your time. I know you took some time out of your work to come on to be on Brian's Beat today, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. And good luck with your grandson.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it, Brian.
Thank you. 508-996-0500. You heard from a local stakeholder group parent, actually grandparent, who was on the board at those 5 meetings, at the meeting last evening. There are some other comments dealing with last night, and I'm certainly going to open up the phone lines for you. 508-996-0500, toll-free 877-996-1420, email briansbeat at wbsm.com, briansbeat, BRIANSBEAT at wbsm.com.